What's going on, VC? I'm Brian, and this is Shamrock'n Records, and I am doing a contest entry today for Chris's 200 subs contest from What Lurks on Channel X. Chris is a drummer, and his contest is really cool because he wants us to show our 10 favorite drummers, and they don't have to be the best drummers or whatnot. I don't think. I think it's just our favorite. So I'm gonna show my 10 favorites, which I'll be quite honest, I never thought about my 10 favorite drummers before. There are a handful of drummers that I know that I love, and then I had to just kind of think about it and think. That's why it's taken me so long to make this video, because I'm not a drummer. I'm more of a vocal. I play guitar, and so I usually am listening to lyrics. I'm usually listening to melodies and guitar work, and for me the drums are, unless I think they're like a stellar drummer, they're never in the forefront for me. So this really got me thinking, and I'm glad that I was able to come up with a few drummers here, and I hope you dig it, Chris. So here we go. My number 10, I'm gonna start off with one that was played in my parents' house a lot growing up. So it was kind of just an easy one for me, but Ian Pace from Deep Purple. This record was pretty much one of my dad's favorite records, so this was always on in the house. So this just kind of was ingrained in me. So Deep Purple, you know, and then he went on to Whitesnake greatness. As a kid, I had, I'm 41 years old, and when I was in, like, I don't know, elementary or junior high, I had, like, the jean jacket with the big Whitesnake patch across the back, and then I had all the buttons all over. I think I had a Guns N' Roses patch on the sleeve. So, yeah, but Ian Pace from Whitesnake and Deep Purple. My next drummer is not known as a stellar drummer. However, the more I kind of thought about this guy, I realized that he had something really important to do with this band, because when he left this band went down the tubes, in my opinion. And that drummer's Bill Berry from REM. One of my favorite bands. They pretty much got me out of the whole metal thing, to be quite honest. And like I said, Bill Berry, which I did get to see Bill Berry on the Monster tour, but Bill Berry's last record, he was on New Adventures in Hi-Fi, and after that record, the band just didn't really make another great record, in my opinion. So he had a lot to do with it, and just as a steady drummer, and a band that I've always really enjoyed. I got into them in probably like 9th or 10th grade, and up until that point, all I really listened to was hard rock metal stuff. And when I first got into REM, it just kind of opened the doors for everything else. So I'm putting in Bill Berry at my number 9. At number 8, probably going to be mentioning a drummer that not many people out here in the VC know of, but his name is Drew Thomas. And he was a drummer for the band Into Another. Now, Into Another is from New York City, post-hardcore band. Drew Thomas was in a band called Bold before this, and they were like one of those like straight edge hardcore bands. you know, a bunch of the other guy. I've shown this record once before. It's just one of my favorite records ever. This could be in my top 20, 30 records of all time. It's just absolutely insane. Beautiful music. The entire band is just top notch, in my opinion. Just check them out. Into Another, Drew Thomas, post-hardcore. It's more of like a alternative metal, maybe, I guess. Check it out. Really cool stuff. Next one, can't really say too much for. I'm just gonna show them. It's Roger Taylor from Queen. You know, this band, top to bottom, every single guy in this band was absolutely amazing. So I'm putting in Roger Taylor. Let's see, that was number what? 10, 9, 8. He was at 7, so at number 6, Tommy Lee. Everybody's showing him, I know, but I gotta show him because he's one of my favorites. I think I said in one of my last videos, I was at the Girls, Girls, Girls tour when he was in that cage, and you know, just watching him flip around upside down over the audience was freaking insane. So Tommy Lee. Now we're the top 5. You guys are gonna laugh at me, but my number 5, I'm putting him in. He's actually playing right now, but it's Randy Gus from Toad the Wet Sprocket. He's just steady Eddie, you know. This is my favorite band of all time right here, is Toad the Wet Sprocket. This is our first record, Bread and Circus, and I don't know if you heard any of that little drum right there, but the more and more I listen to this band, I always love Toad because of the lyrics and because of the melodies and the guitar, and I just love everything about this band. And the more I really started listening, I started realizing that I love Randy's drumming. And there's just so many little fills that he does on this record and throughout their catalog. He blows my mind. He has like the smallest little kit you ever seen. It's not this like monstrous kit or anything. It's just like a standard little drum set. And he just plays cool beats. I just love him so much. So Randy Gus is my number 5. My number 4, I've tried to play the drums before, and it's difficult. And to sing and play the drums is even harder. And that's why I'm putting on Levon Helm. Love this man. I love the band. What else you gotta say? Come on. He is just fantastic. But I just love drummers that can sing. So I almost put in Don Henley too. But he was going to be an honorable mention for me because I just think it's so difficult to drum and sing, and I just love Levon's vocals, and he's, again, a steady Eddie. I just love him. So Levon. The top 3, this is going to be no surprise to anybody, but come on. What's a top 10 drummer without Neil Peart? So I got to see Neil once, I think it was at the Roll the Bones tour, and just to watch him, and compared to Randy's little set, this humongous set. So Neil Peart, just insane. You guys all know him. Now, Chris, when you first did your video, I knew exactly who my 2 top drummers are, and I was shocked. I guess I shouldn't be shocked because you're a drummer and that you know how awesome this guy is, but Stephen Perkins, man, Jane's Addiction, this guy is insane. But I'll tell you, I wish if I had another record, I have the CD, but I wanted to show vinyl here, but I would have shown Porno for Pyro's first record, because there's a song on there called Blood Rag, and that is one of my favorite drum beats of all time, and I just love him. He is insane. He's so underrated. You don't usually hear people talking about him. And you showed him in yours too, and I was shocked that you showed him in yours being like a metal guy. So kudos to you, Chris. And here's one that I hope people don't laugh at me for, but you know what? He's my favorite drummer. He's insane. It's one of my favorite bands. They get no love. Everybody hates this band, but it's one of my favorite bands. He's my absolute favorite drummer is Carter Beauford from Dave Matthews. He is insane. So, Chris, you may know him, you might not like him, but being a drummer, you gotta at least give this guy some props, I hope. So, he's my number one. Carter rules, in my opinion. And I hope you enjoyed it. And if you don't subscribe to Chris, check out his channel. He's a really nice guy. Shows really cool stuff. And congratulations again on your 200 subs, man. Take care.